what makes an MBA essay stand out to the top schools? It's not about providing a play-by-play of what you've done. It's about showing how you think. The strongest essays, the ones that stand out, they don't just describe experiences. They reveal how you make decisions, how you learn, and how you see the world. And today, I'm going to show you 7 ways how to do exactly that. I'm Melody Jones, founder and president of Vantage Point MBA Admissions Consulting. And my team and I have coached over 1,000 applicants to the top programs over the last decade. And when I look at the essays that worked, the ones that really resonated, they all have one thing in common. They reveal the person behind the writing. Now, why is this so hard? And you might be thinking, duh, Melody, I know that. But hear me out, because if you're watching this, you're probably smart, you're probably driven and successful, and you're used to performing, you're used to advancing in your career, hitting or exceeding your goals, checking items off your list. I mean, that's how you've gotten as far as you have. So when it comes time to writing your MBA essays, you naturally default to, let me show them how accomplished I am. Let me impress them. And that makes sense. But the top schools aren't just looking for accomplished students. They're looking for thoughtful ones. So let's get into 7 ways you can show that in your MBA essays. Number 1, show how you choose. Show your decision logic. One of the clearest ways you can show how you think is to show how you make decisions. Most applicants will write, I decided to move to the buy side. I started a nonprofit. I accepted this role. And then move on. But a much stronger version sounds like this. A year into my role, I grew increasingly dissatisfied as each new deal felt repetitive and less challenging. I invested time building relationships with management teams and shaping a company's future, only to lose touch once the deal closed. I began to seriously question my career trajectory. And then the essay moved on. See the difference? You're letting the reader into your head and showing your values, and that's powerful. Number 2, reveal what changed your mind. The best leaders and MBA applicants evolve. They're flexible and they keep an open mind. And great essays will show that evolution. Here's an example. Instead of, I believe collaboration is important, a stronger version is, early in my career, I thought I had to have all the answers. But after taking over CPG brand's stalled in-store sampling campaign, I realized my job was to ask better questions. Now the reader sees growth, they see reflection, and they see maturity. And that's more rare than you might think it is. Number 3, name your blind spots. The top schools love self-aware candidates. Hello, Stanford GSB. Not people who pretend to be perfect or have it all figured out. For example, instead of, I've always been able to solve problems on my own without needing much help, try this. For most of my life, I viewed self-reliance as a virtue. My parents modeled a hard work, no excuses attitude, which led me to see powering through challenges on my own as the surest path to success in school, sports, and eventually my career. But that changed when and the essay continued. That's honest, that's memorable, and honestly, it's relatable. Number 4, explain the why behind your actions. Your actions matter, don't get me wrong, but your motivations and your reasons matter more. And here's a weak example. I launched a mentoring program for women interested in finance at my college. Yes, the facts are true, but also mentoring is something that nearly every MBA applicant is involved in some way or another. So that in and of itself isn't that differentiating. But this version, the one I'm about to tell you, just put the applicant into a category of 1. I started a mentoring program for women interested in finance because I remembered how isolated I felt as a first-generation college student navigating such a competitive recruiting process. I didn't want others to feel that same confusion and self-doubt. Now we understand you, not just what you did, but why you did it. Number 5, highlight trade-offs, not just wins. Real life is messy. Nothing is black or white, and even the wins come with trade-offs. And strong essays will acknowledge that. And here's what I mean. Instead of, I launched a new product extension that's projected to account for 15% of revenue this year. That's clean, easy, straightforward, right? But try this instead. Building and investing in the new product extension meant sacrificing short-term profitability, a decision I struggled with since the sales team's compensation was tied to profit. But with the sales team's support, I ultimately prioritized the long-term sustainability of the business. Now you're showing judgment, not just jumping straight to the win. Number 6, zoom out to the bigger picture. Top programs want students who think beyond themselves. And nowhere does this come into focus more clearly than in the career goals essay. And here's an example of a me-centric career goals statement, what you don't want to do. I want to work in consulting post-MBA because I enjoy working on teams and thrive in a fast-paced environment. But here's what a much stronger version looks like. My goal over the next 3 to 5 years is to leverage the leadership and client management skills I've honed at my current employer to have a direct impact on the healthcare industry. I plan to join a large management consulting firm like Boston Consulting Group or Bain & Company, which have renowned healthcare practices, to tackle the healthcare industry's greatest challenges, from improving drug development timelines to expanding patient access to cutting-edge treatments. Now you've connected your vision to a larger context. That's thinking like a leader. Number 7, use your own words. And this one is huge. That's why I saved it for the end. Your essay should sound like you, not like a consultant, not a research report, and please not ChatGPT. Jargon can sound like, I leveraged cross-functional teams to drive synergies and impact. But a human will sound like, I worked closely with the engineering and sales teams to fix what wasn't working. Always choose human. And yes, AI can help you brainstorm, and that's a topic for another video. But don't let it wash the personality out of your writing. Or worse, do the writing for you. So here's the big takeaway from all this. Standout MBA essays don't just prove that you're impressive. They show how you choose, how you've grown, how you reflect, and how you see the world. So before you start thinking that maybe you don't have any concrete accomplishments to write about, let me assure you that you don't need more achievements. You don't need another promotion. You don't need a formal leadership position. Most likely, you just need better storytelling of the experiences you already have. If this video was helpful, please like it below and subscribe to this channel. This is where I'll be sharing honest, practical guidance to help you navigate the MBA application process. And if you're applying to the top MBA programs in the world, you're exactly who this channel was created for. I'll see you in the next video.